Rain lashed down on the asphalt. Wind howled through the cab of Jack's truck. He was on a long haul, cruising down the near-empty Route 66. The headlights cut through a haze of rain, illuminating the deserted road. Jack squinted, spotting a lone figure by the roadside. It was a woman, drenched to the bone, her back turned. He slowed down, struck by her out-of-place appearance in a vintage dress. Curiosity piqued, he pulled over. The woman turned, her face hidden in the shadows of a wide-brimmed hat. She looked like a ghost from a bygone era. Her dress, a faded floral print, clung to her slender frame. Water dripped from the edges of her hat, momentarily revealing a flash of red lipstick. She seemed fragile, lost. Jack rolled down his window, the sound of the rain momentarily drowned out by the whine of the engine. "Need a lift?" he called out, his voice barely audible above the storm. The woman hesitated for a moment, then nodded silently. She climbed into the truck, bringing with her the chill of the rain. Water pooled on the floorboard as she settled into the passenger seat. "Thank you," she murmured, her voice barely a whisper. She shivered, clutching a worn leather handbag. Jack tried to make conversation, asking her destination. She only pointed vaguely ahead, then gave an address. Her silence unnerved him, but there was a strange innocence about her. He focused on the road, the rhythmic swish of the wipers, a counterpoint to the heavy silence in the cab. Miles ticked by, the only sound the hum of the engine and the relentless rain. He glanced at her occasionally, catching glimpses of her reflection in the side mirror. Her gaze was fixed ahead, her expression unreadable. The address she had given was a quaint, single-story house, bathed in the warm glow of porch lights. It stood out against the backdrop of the storm, a beacon of calm in the raging night. He pulled up outside, the engine's roar dying down to a low rumble. "Here you go," he said, turning to face her, but the passenger seat was empty. He blinked, bewildered, then checked the back of the cab, half expecting to find her huddled there, empty. His heart pounded against his ribs. He scrambled out of the truck, searching for any sign of her. The rain had stopped, leaving an eerie stillness in its wake. He walked towards the house, each step heavy with disbelief. He had to be sure. An elderly woman answered his knock, her face etched with years of memories. He described the hitchhiker, the vintage dress, the red lipstick. A look of heart-wrenching recognition washed over the woman's face. "That was my daughter," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "She died 50 years ago on a night just like this." She pointed to a framed photograph on the mantelpiece. A young woman, her smile radiant, stared back at him. She wore the same dress, the same red lipstick. Jack felt a chill run down his spine. He realized he hadn't imagined it. The woman's words echoed in his ears. He had given a ride to a ghost, a daughter returning home. As he drove away, the image of the woman in the passenger seat, her melancholic gaze fixed on the road ahead, remained etched in his mind. He never forgot his encounter with the ghost of Route 66. A poignant reminder that some journeys transcend the boundaries of life and death.